All right, team. We are going to get started with our Zoom for this week. We have a special guest, Emily Roberts, newly Diamond. We're really excited to have her guest speaking with us. She is my level one. She has two beautiful little boys and a crazy Marine husband, but we love the Roberts. Emily joined. Well, I thought Emily joined on accident, so I messaged her on July 4th and said, hey, did you actually mean to do this? And she said, yeah, she didn't want to work the business after she had literally yelled at me about products and supplements and eating clean and how she wasn't about that life. And then now she's a Diamond ambassador. So with that crazy introduction, Emily, we'd love to hear from you.
Good thing. So Holly's not lying or exaggerating when she said I didn't want to work the business and I was mean. I was very blunt and adamant that I did not need Plexus. However, something deep down inside was like, are you sure about that? Maybe you should just try it. You've tried other things. What is it going to do for you to try one more thing? So that's what I did. Hold on one second. My baby just started fussing. Let me grab him. He'll be in his mood. He's going to join the party. Okay, sorry. Daddy's upstairs. So it wouldn't be a real life Plexus Zoom call if the baby didn't start crying. So she wasn't exaggerating. I had no intentions of working this as a business. I had tried other things in the past. I knew that I was eating clean and working out, but I wasn't getting the results I was looking for. So I did. I joined her team just out of the blue. I kind of stayed up like all night long and read The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly on Google. And I was a little discouraged about doing this. So I emailed my husband, and it was like noon his time in Afghanistan. And I was like, hey, so there's this Plexus thing. Holly's doing it. Can I do it? And he was like, no, you can't. I was like, okay, I'll sign up tomorrow. I signed up with money that I had saved up from babysitting, house sitting, and dog sitting. Not lying when I say those three things. I was desperate to have my own money just to do something for myself. I was a new stay-at-home mom. I had left corporate America, and I had never not had a 9-to-5 job. You go to school, you go to college, you go to corporate America. That's what I had been born and raised to do. And that's what I had done. And then I decided I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom. And I tried that thing, and I was like, okay, this is that stay-at-home mom life. I need to find something for myself. And that's kind of what this Plexus business has turned in for me, is a passion for myself. You get to pour into others. You get to work on yourself as a leader. You get to work on your health and your fitness journey. And all of that has tied into Plexus, and I absolutely love it. So I'm here to encourage you guys to do the same. There are days in your Plexus business, in your life, where you are just done. You're done with people. You're done with maybe your team members, your customers. Maybe you have that customer that is just driving you nuts. They're not drinking enough water. You've recommended taking the products the most effective way possible, and they just want to take it their way. And you're just kind of over it. Those are the days that you're like, maybe this Plexus thing really isn't for me. I'm not like her. I'm not like him. I'm never going to be at the top. I've had those thoughts. Let's be real. I've had those thoughts. When I was a Ruby ambassador, I don't even know if you remember this, Holly, but when I was a Ruby ambassador, there were so many things going on in my head about leadership and what kind of leader I wanted to be, what I didn't want to be. Being overwhelmed that, oh my gosh, all these people are on our team. How am I supposed to lead all these people? They're coming to me with questions, and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a health freak. Like, what am I supposed to know? And so I had cautions moving forward, and I was like, Holly, there's times that I'm done. I don't know if I can do this. Scott was over it. He did not want me on my phone anymore. If y'all have a skeptical spouse that's like, get off your phone. I lived that life. Holly knows. It got pretty intense at our house a couple of times because he was just like, let me throw your phone in the trash.
I remember Scott actually turning the internet off your phone.
He did. He turned my dad off, and he was like, you're going to sit at dinner and you're going to eat dinner with us, and I'm turning it off. And he changed the password on my phone. He's done it all. So I want y'all to know that those are real life experiences, and those are going to happen in your business, but you can't give up. You are going to have a bad day, and this is my advice. Actually, our upline, Kelly Lee, has said this once before on a team call. You can quit, but you quit for 24 hours and you come right back. And that is something that you just need to do. And as your team gets bigger, as your customer base gets bigger, it's okay to walk away for a day and come right back. Guess what? They're still going to be there. People are still going to be curious about Plexus. You're still going to be a leader. You're still going to be a Plexus ambassador. It's okay to walk away for the day. Gather your thoughts, get those goals written down, and then come back with a bang. So let's talk about staying motivated first. Things that help me stay motivated are, well, that's one of them, is this guy right here. Can you say hi to everybody? Say hi to him. Oh, don't get mad. This right here is my motivation. If I stop working my Plexus business, I stop providing for my family. If I stop working my Plexus business, my team will stop working their business. And what happens to those lives that we've changed? What happens to the people that we've told about these Plexus products, about this opportunity? They're going to think we're fools, or they're going to think that this was a scam and it wasn't real because I threw in the towel. Now, there's a difference in retiring from a job and quitting a job. I want to be able to look back and retire from my Plexus business because I've set this path for myself. I have this golden road to retirement. There's a difference in quitting too. So if you are going to be a quitter, here's the thing. When you quit on your customers, you quit on your team, you don't have intentions of ever restarting or coming back, and you quit believing in yourself. And you need to decipher where you're at in your journey. Are you going to be a quitter, or are you going to set the path to retire when you're old enough and when you're ready to step back from Plexus and look back at all your accomplishments? Another thing that really motivates me to keep going is those that have set the pathway ahead of us, the other jewels in this company. For instance, Celeste Gwynn is our double diamond upline. Have you ever just kind of sat there to yourself and really thought about what that means? If you haven't, I thoroughly suggest you get out the compensation plan and look what it means to be a diamond ambassador. Look at that annual disclosure about how much she brings in as a diamond ambassador times 2. I want you to really think about that. Those are some major goals, right? I think I've seen a shirt or a hashtag going around that says gold digger. Holy goals. That's a lot of goals. To go diamond in this company is one thing. I'm there and it hasn't even sunk in. I'm like sitting here and I'm like, it's just me. Like, Mother, Holly, can you text my mom that I'm doing a Zoom call? She's really excited about something. And I lost my train of thought because my mom texted me and I read it. Sorry. I want to reiterate to you guys that I may be a diamond, but it hasn't completely sunk in because I'm just a mom. That's like, I'm just me. Holly knows me before Plexus, you know? I knew Holly before Plexus. So it's just little old me, but you guys don't see that. So I want you to know that it doesn't matter what your rank is. It doesn't matter if you joined yesterday or today. Your friends and family see you as a Plexus ambassador. You're a walking, talking proof if this company and these products work. You're the connection from them to Plexus. So what are you showing them? How can you motivate yourself to show your friends and family, to show your skeptics that this is the real deal? Let their skepticism motivate you like no other. That's what motivated me when my team asked me, Emily, how do you not give up? How do you not let people get to you? They get to me. And you know who I complain to? Holly. I text her and I'm like, this girl is going to GNC and buying this stuff and she will not give me the time of day. Or I tell my husband, or I tell my mom. I vent about those things. Those things happen to me. I have best friends back home that think I am cray-cray, which I am. Don't get me wrong. But crazy because of Plexus. And they think that I have just lost my marbles. And I'm like, you guys, I've lost my marbles for a really good reason. So let those skeptics be your motivation. My biggest skeptic was my husband. Besides turning my data off and thinking that Holly and I were just loony, like we need to go to loony bin, because we're so obsessed with telling people about Plexus and how we felt. One day, I found a Slim Packet in his truck. And I had not driven or been in that truck. And I said, what's that? He said, nothing. I said, oh, that's something. Did you have a pink drink? And I'll never forget the look on his face, because he was just stone cold. And he was like, yes, I did. I'm like, well, he said, it doesn't taste bad. Well, that weekend, because I was a stay-at-home mom. I didn't have my own car when I joined. He was like, what did he say? He said something like, I got to go pick up my dry cleaning, like his blues or something. Maybe it was right before the ball. And he came back and he picked me up and we went to dinner, and I found another pink drink packet. And then I started finding him in the bathroom, finding him in his pockets, doing laundry. And I'm like, you are a secret Plexus drinker. Like, what is going on? And then he started using my protein. And then I was like, if you keep using all my products, I'm going to have to keep ordering, and you get mad when I order. So can we talk about this? So we moved out here to Virginia, and he committed to 3 months. He said, I will try your pink drink and your little triplex combo for 3 months. And if I don't see results, I'm going to post all over Facebook that it doesn't work and that you're crazy. And I said, deal. But you have to do it correctly. You can't just eat Big Macs every day and take it. You got to do this the right way. And he did. He committed to it. He didn't change anything. He didn't change his diet. He didn't change his gym routine. There were some days he couldn't even make it to the gym. And he still lost over 30 inches and 16 pounds. And he had to weigh in because he was new to this unit out here. And basically that just means they take your measurements and they weigh you to make sure that you're not over or underweight. And he was under, but the exact amount of weight he was supposed to be. And I remember he came home and I was waiting for it. I was like, how much did you weigh? He was like, I don't know. I said, what? What was it? How much did you weigh? And he was like, he said his weight or whatever, I don't remember. But it was like 3 or 4 pounds under what it's supposed to be. And I was like, oh, so this Plexus thing works, huh? A month later, he joined my team. And it's funny because he didn't tell me, just like I didn't tell Holly. He was sitting at the table behind me. I was sitting on that couch that y'all can see right there. And I got an email, ding, Scott Roberts has joined your team. So I turn around. I'm like, I thought you were doing homework. Did you join my team? He was like, yes. I will never forget that day. Even Holly, she was like, did Scott just join your team? I'm like, sure did. And that was a huge moment for us because our husbands gave us heck for joining and being crazy. So let your skeptics motivate you. I knew I needed that Plexus Lexus in the driveway to prove to my husband that this was the real deal, that I could provide for our family. I could give him an alternative to the Marine Corps. He did not have to retire at 60 from this. And that is what motivates me. To this day, that's what motivates me. Right now, we're currently building our dream home back in Texas. And let me tell you, real estate and building a home is super expensive. That is my motivation right now. That is my new why. To build my family the home of their dreams. To build myself the home of my dreams. My Pinterest home, for lack of a better word. Y'all have Pinterest dreams, right? Let that be your motivation. Some things that my team likes to do is we make dream boards. Get an app on your phone or go to the dollar store and get you some construction paper, get some magazines, and cut out things that you like. If you're not materialistic, maybe that's not exactly what I mean. Maybe it's paying off school loans. Maybe it's retiring your spouse. Maybe it is quitting your job, your 9-to-5 job. Find things like that and write them down. Write down those goals. If you can see your goals every day, statistics say that you will meet those goals because you're seeing them every day and you're reminding yourself of them. So think about that. Think about your skeptics. Think about that one thing that really irks you. Maybe it even irritates you, and let that drive your motivation. Let that kick you in the butt and remind you every day, you know what? I can't give up. I'm a stubborn person. Holly knows that. My husband really knows that. Here's the thing. Because I'm so stubborn, I knew I could not ever quit this Plexus thing. Even if that meant it took 50 years to get that Lexus, I wasn't going anywhere. So maybe you're stubborn like me. Use that fuel, your fire, that tell your skeptical spouse, your skeptical parents, whoever, I'm not quitting until I have that Lexus so you can drive it and you can see that it's real. Write that down, text it to them, let them hold you accountable. But think about that. Now, you're motivated, you're ready. You got that motivation set in stone. You're writing down your goals. Maybe you're already there. You're like, Emily, I don't need to be motivated. I get it. I love this Plexus thing. Maybe your problem is you're building your team. You're almost silver and you just can't get that duplication going. You're trying to duplicate. You're trying to build. Maybe you have one runner, one rock star that is just taking off and you're like, yes, this is awesome. I'm so excited. But man, the rest of my team is just not that excited. Like, what do I do? This is what I do. Not only do I cheer on that runner because I want them to go straight to the top. Don't get me. I want them to feel all of these accomplishments that I have felt, because there's nothing more exciting than watching your team succeed. The number one thing that I have found to really help my business, especially when you're building a team, is creating a level one's team page. Not a team page for everyone. Some of you might be on the R&T Rockstars page. That page is huge. It's overwhelming. There's so many people on it. I get it. I don't even get on that page anymore. Like, I post my stuff and I get off. I turn off the notifications because it blows up. People are so excited in that page. But if you have a level ones page for just you and your level ones to connect, to let them kind of have their own little Facebook bubble for just you guys, it will open doors. I had my level ones page. I created it after I went Emerald, or no, I was Sapphire. After I went Sapphire, it took me over 10 months to create this page. I made a video, which now you can do Facebook Live in groups, which is awesome. But I made this video about being mentally tough in this business. You have to be mentally tough because you're going to have skeptics and you're going to have haters, and you got to figure out that opinions don't pay your bills. So that's what this video is about. I'm posting it and I'm trying to get my level ones on my level. And I'm like, I want y'all to think like me. I want y'all to see what I'm envisioning, and that Plexus is so much bigger than we think. And so I post my video and I'm like waiting for a response. Nobody likes it. Nobody comments. I go to bed. The next morning I wake up and there's like 30 comments. I'm like, holy moly, what's going on? My level ones are like, Emily, yes, this is what I needed. I needed that one-on-one from you. I needed to hear your vulnerability and to see your face. Sometimes our teams grow and we think that we have to help everyone. And sometimes you just got to go back to the basics and go back to your homies. Your level ones, they joined you on this journey. They trusted you. They chose you. So give them your time of day and run with them. Help them to understand that the power of 3 is what makes your business grow. That is the key to duplication. 3 is an easy number, but what's even easier is 1. A lot of the times you hear us say, go silver every month, which means adding 3 ambassadors personally every single month. Well, you know what? It's okay just to add 1. Because if you're personally sponsoring at least 1 ambassador, your team is going to see that, and they're going to see that it doesn't have to be this overwhelming number. Oh, I'm going to add 20 people this month. No. Even if you just got 1 person to catch the Plexus vision and you invited them to just take a look at what you're doing, they're going to duplicate that with their teams, and so on and so forth. And so say you have a team of 20 people, and every month they add just 1 person. It's 20 people every month, and those 20 people add 1 person. Sometimes we set that goal of 3 people, and it gets overwhelming because you think, oh, I'm never going to be silver, or I can't go silver again. It took me 6 months just to get silver. Add 1. Just add 1 person. That 1 person, that dream teamer, that huge skeptic that finally takes a leap of faith, that could be your Celeste Gwynn. That could be your Jen Hawkins. That could be your Sarah Marble. Add 1 and duplicate that. And teach your team just to add 1. Add 1 every single day. Add 1 once a month. Whatever it may be. Whatever will speak to them and not necessarily overwhelm them. Whatever speaks to you. Whatever I'm saying right now is making you have that little aha moment. Just add 1. Another great way to duplicate with your team is also a great way to build your leadership skills. Find a book that you can read with your level ones, or maybe even send to them as they join, and read it together. my thing that I like to do now is I order GoPro by Eric Worre, and when someone joins my team, I send that book to them, and I hope it arrives before their welcome pack. Because honestly, that's what I want them to do. I want them to read GoPro before that welcome pack arrives. It took me 8 months to read that book. I became an Emerald ambassador and finally decided to read it, and I feel like I would have been Emerald way sooner. Sorry, Holly. I feel like I would have been Emerald way sooner if I would have just picked up that book. Holly told me about it. Yvonne told me about it. Kelly told me about it. I've seen Celeste and Sarah Marble and other Diamonds post about it. It finally resonated one day that maybe I should just see what this book is all about. And I picked it up and I read it in like 2 weeks. Because, you know, we have children. Let's be real. It takes us longer these days to read books. And it was like, aha moment, light bulb, light bulb, light bulb. And like now, maybe you can see this, maybe you can't. There's like, you see all those pages that are folded over. I don't know if you can because the light's shining. There's so many notes in this book because when I have a team member that is stressed out about something, their customer quits, they feel like quitting. They don't know how to follow up. They don't know how to duplicate. They don't know how to reach out to that chicken list person. But it's bookmarked. And I can go straight to that and go, hey, remember that book I sent you? Get it out from under your bed and turn to page 66. You need to go to that second paragraph. That right there, that's what you need to work on. This is what I can help you work on. But let's start with this book. Not only does that take pressure off of you, you're putting the pressure on Eric Worre because he's the professional. And if he can't help us, who's going to help us? But it's also something you can duplicate as your team gets bigger. And what is better than the ultimate network marketing book that you're getting into their hands right away? Now, I'm not saying to go buy everyone on your team that book. No. If anything, go get it for yourself. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it at networkmarketingpro.com. I think right now it's you just pay shipping to get it. Or maybe that was yesterday. I think it's still going on today. But get your hands on that book. Yeah. Oh, never mind. Scott says it was just yesterday. But it's maybe like $12 on his website. And it's a write-off for your business. So that's awesome. Another great way that I like to duplicate with my team is getting them excited with online events. We have Facebook at the tip of our hands, and it is free. There's nothing better in life than free things. Can I get an amen? Use your Facebook. Post on your Facebook. There are 2 times a day that Facebook is hot, hot, hot. It's 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Those are the only times you should be posting about your Plexus business. Any other time of day, post about your babies, post about your dog, post about what you ate for dinner, post about your workouts, whatever. But 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. is when you post that morning Plexus post, that health post, that gut health article, whatever. And then 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. is when you post your second one of the day. Maybe it's inviting someone to an online event. Maybe that's when you have your online event. This is how you duplicate with your teams because you teach them the proper way. Let go, baby. You teach them the proper way to post on their Facebooks. Online events are huge. Why? Because there's no obligation to buy anything. They can choose to click going or not going. And it's a great way for you to get out of your comfort zone and say, hey, look, I'm hosting this Plexus Power Hour with my upline. It's just an hour of Plexus information. All you have to do is get on your phone or computer. 1 hour. It would mean so much to me if you would just log in and do this. They say yes, they say no. If they say no, go on to the next person. It's free, y'all. It's free. Use these online events. Use your Facebook and post every single day. You can ask Holly. I've never missed a day of Facebook posting about my Plexus business. Never, ever, ever. And let's be honest real quick. Holly will remember this. My first Plexus post went downhill in like 2.5 seconds. It was a disaster. Holly and Yvonne, because I knew nothing about Plexus. I just knew that I was excited to get my welcome pack. I didn't even know what I ordered. But Holly and Yvonne are like defending me, and like these people are like, you joined the dark side, and like saying all these mean, hateful things like, Emily, are you really that stupid? And why would you join them? And just crazy things. And they were like, well, actually Plexus is this. And they came into the rescue. If you have a status like that, if you feel like Facebook is just so negative every time you post, ask your team for some love. Don't make that Don't be afraid to share about plexus because you have a couple skeptics. That's what we're here for, to come in with a kill and love on them, to hit them with the fun facts. That's what I like to call it. So those are some easy ways to stay motivated and to duplicate, and then obviously to just work your business. If you are a full-time mom, if you are a full-time student, maybe you work outside of Plexus, there are apps like Buffer, Hootsuite, Tiny Torch that you can use to post for you. Let me tell you, it has made a huge difference in this thing called Plexus Freedom. Maybe you heard of it. We talk about it all the time. You cannot experience Plexus Freedom unless you are using the tools provided. Copy and paste. We can do that now on the iPhone. I think you can do it on Androids too. Copy and paste. Save those images. Use them for later. This is what I like to do. I log into my Buffer, and I post every 3 to 7 days a Plexus post in that Buffer. My times are 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Those are the only times I ever use for Buffer, and I space them out every 3 to 7 days. One, I'm not clustering them up in Plexus vomiting on my Facebook crowd. And two, I'm spacing them out because there's nothing more annoying than one Plexus person posting something, especially if y'all have mutual friends, and then all 50 of you post the same post. It is so silly looking to have all of that at the same time. You don't want to do that. If you see something, this is what I tell my team. If you see something and you love it, save it for a rainy day. I think there's a song about that. Save it for a rainy day. Save it for that day that you don't feel like working your business because a customer just chewed your butt about shipping and you're just like, nope, I'm done. I quit. Save those Buffer posts. Save those Tiny Torch posts for those days so that you can just take a break. Walk away from Facebook. Take your kids to the park. Go work. Go to the gym. Take your mind. Hang out with your husband. Go on a date. Use the resources provided to work your business. It doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to stress you out. Just use and do what the people, I'm putting it on mute, I'm sorry. Use what we have provided ahead of you. The things that we share with you, the things that Holly shares with you, we know what we're talking about. Sometimes we may sound a little crazy. Maybe we're exaggerating, or maybe you think, I'm not like you. I'm not going to do that. I promise you it's worth it. Just one day, go a little crazy, right? It's like that one time you go to Vegas, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. It's kind of like that with your Plexus business. That one day that you decide to get out of your comfort zone, go a little crazy, doesn't necessarily stay in Vegas. Maybe that day you go crazy and you reached out to your Celeste Gwynn. It's kind of the same concept. Get out of your bubble just for the day and do it. Why? Because if you don't, that fear is going to paralyze you, and it's going to paralyze your business, and you are going to message Holly every day for the next 7 months about going silver, and you're never going to go silver because you're too afraid to message Sally that she needs pink drink. So just message Sally. Get her up on your Facebook and say, hey, Sally, have you ever heard of Plexus? Or, hey, Sally, what's your address? Can I send you this pink drink sample? I think you're just going to love it. She might hate it. She might hate you. She might even like you. But, hey, she might need Plexus. So what does it matter? So get that pink drink in her hand and get out of your comfort zone. That's my challenge to you. Another book, real quick, I know we have a little bit of time left, that I love to mention. If you feel stuck, if you feel like you're in a comfort zone that you're just so content in, and you're like, Emily, I'm never leaving this bubble. It's my happy bubble. Get out of it and go get the book, Go for No. It's by Richard Fenton. It's like $3 on Amazon. It's from like the 1980s. It's super old, but it's a story of him hitting his head on a rock and meeting his future successful self. And his successful self is telling him, you don't remember when we got famous? You don't remember when we did this and this? And it talks about going for no. So we get caught up in going for all the yeses, and we get some yeses, and then we get that first no, and you're like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. She said no. Holly, what do I do? Emily, what do I do? Go for another no. Write that person's name down. Follow up in 2 weeks. Follow up in a month. Go get another no. Why are you getting no's? Because you're planting seeds. You may be the first person to tell them about Plexus. There's nothing more that makes me sad in this business is when someone goes, my best friend joined someone else's team. And I say, well, why? Well, I don't know. Are y'all fighting? No. Did you tell them about Plexus? No. Did they even know you were an ambassador? No, I didn't want to tell her. Well, clearly she was hoping and praying for an opportunity like that, and now she's doing it with someone else. Get out of that comfort bubble and go for no. Count those no's. This is my personal challenge for you as we wrap up. Read a network marketing book sometime before this month ends and all through May. And 2 is go for no. 45 no's. From today, what's today? Monday, Tuesday? I don't even know. Let's see. Newborn life. Tuesday. From Tuesday, April 26th until next week, I think it's May 3rd, go for no. 45 no's. And I'm going to ask Holly how her team's doing if you got 45 no's. That's not that bad. That's like what? 6 no's a day or something like that? 6, 7 no's a day? Who knows? You might get yeses. You're going for 45 no's. That doesn't mean that 30 of them can say no and 5 say yes, and one of those 5 could be your Celeste Gwen. Go for no. 45 no's. Make it count. And it doesn't have to be about Plexus, you guys. This is relationship marketing. Go make some new friends. Go tell that cashier at Target how much you love their personality and you can't wait to come into Target because they make you happy every time you check out. And then give them a pink drink sample. Like, you're so happy. This will make you happier. Drink it. You might be crazy, but they work at Target, so they're crazy. That's my challenge. I think y'all can do it. I see your Facebook posts. Holly tells me so much about y'all, and I know you're going to rock it, and I know you're just going to blow up in May, and I'm going to see tons of promotions on Holly's page. Right. Yes.
Well, thank you. You literally covered all the questions that they asked without me telling you. I know we kind of briefly talked about like what we needed to go over in this Zoom call, but there were specific questions that they had asked, and you covered all 4 of them. So good job. I did, while you were talking, I went to Eric Ward's Network Pro, that website, and you can still get it for shipping. So you pay $6 and you get the book, $6.95, and you get the audio and the hard copies, and it takes about 2 weeks to get. So if you guys want to do that, do that. But let me wrap it up real quick before it stops recording. Thank you so much, Emily. I look forward to having you again and letting you know who accomplished that challenge. And thank you. I really appreciate it. I love hearing your advice. You've always been my little Plexus power partner, so I appreciate everything that you've done for us.
Absolutely. You guys are going to rock it. Good luck.
Thank you.
I'll be in touch. I'll be watching for promotions and all those no's.
Thanks, Em.
Bye.
Bye.